Welcome back, everyone. So, as I said in part one, a bit of a sad situation involving a simple, innocent watchman. Many of you are probably familiar with the 24-hour building managers. Often they are older gentlemen, perhaps even sometimes older ladies, perhaps in their 50s, 60s, or even 70s. Perhaps this is their second career, after they've retired from their main job, and they can have a variety of different tasks to do. The scope of their work can be quite large or in some cases quite small. They do tend to be a bit rough around the edges, perhaps, a little gruff, because they're a bit older, but they do many different things for many different people in the building. And so we've all met somebody like this, I'm sure, at some point in our lives. But there was this one crazy case in Gangnam where a man was walking around the hallway of his building and he spotted some abandoned furniture. And for some reason, he decided to blame the security guard for this, even though it was not the security guard's responsibility. It was not dereliction of his duty. Later, the man, he went away, and then he came back with an axe, and he started hacking away at this furniture with an axe, and then he moved on to hacking away at the door and violently attacking this poor security guard. For some unknown reason, he was taking out all his anger and aggression on a pile of furniture and a man who had nothing to do with this pile of furniture. It was pretty shocking, and thankfully, though, the police did show up and there was not any long-term consequences for the security guard, apart from trauma and shock, one might assume. But he was okay in the end. So, pretty dramatic stuff. It sounds like a movie.
It does. And if you read the article at the end, it does talk about how there are other cases where the security guard was not as lucky.
There have been other cases? Oh, goodness me. Not just one.
It's not good. And it's not isolated either, unfortunately.
What are some of the good things, perhaps, about having this type of job, about being a security guard and wearing many different hats?
Yeah, I think that's one of them. You get to, have a variety of work that you can do, which keeps your day fresh and new. And it can give you experience in many different areas, including people skills. It allows you to, I would guess it would allow you to get a paycheck without having to do super hard physical labor. Although there are security guards who do physical labor, it's not like in their daily task routine. I think there are some benefits to this as well. And you get to meet a lot of different characters. And of course, the cons seem to be very similar. You do meet a lot of different characters. And they don't always, can't even speak today. They aren't always good. And then you do have to do a lot of jobs. So it can feel like a lot of busy work, right? So I don't know. It's some pros and cons, but it's not the worst job in the world.
Yes. I imagine if you're a people person, if you like, chatting to your neighbors, you've always got, someone coming in, going out, someone to talk to. If you're a people person, could be fun.
Do you think having this building manager or this security guard, as they are called sometimes, does it make the place safer? Why or why not?
Yes, I think the fact that someone is watching, just the fact that somebody is there, I think, even if they're not some, 6'6" muscle man, it is perhaps going to deter people who might want to burgle a place or, sneak in somewhere. And there's always someone there to ask questions. If I had an emergency in the middle of the night, if my phone was broken and I couldn't call the police or call the doctor, there's always somebody there awake that can help me. I think there are safety advantages.
Absolutely, yeah. If they see something suspicious, they can call easily. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. And I always feel like if I'm walking up to a new apartment complex and there's a security guard, I always feel like, are they going to stop me and ask me, like, what are you doing here? And they never do. But if they did, I would actually feel that place would be safer. Be like, oh, I'm just visiting a friend. This is the friend, whatever. It kind of feels like they're a protector of sorts.
Somebody's checking. Somebody's looking out for you. Now, could they rugby tackle a violent attacker? No. They're not that kind of security guard. They're not bouncers. But they are effective, I think.
They are effective. Could be, yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So I feel like when I go home tonight, I might, grab a cup of coffee or a sandwich for my security guard to let him know I appreciate what he does. Because I bet he doesn't get many thank yous, actually. I bet they don't get many thank yous.
I don't think they do, yeah.
So, well, on that slightly happier note, let's take a look at some of these little bits of vocabulary, haul them up, and fixate on them until we remember. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Gruff.
Gruff.
Scope.
Scope.
Oblige.
Oblige.
Haul.
Haul.
Legislation.
Legislation.